Oh my god, it's working. I just tried to start this recording like 3 times and it failed and crashed. This Logitech webcam software is just a little bit buggy. But here I am vlogging in the dark, and I did my live stream yesterday on YouTube, and I got asked by, I think the name was M.A. Thompson? M.A. Thompson. Asked when I was going to talk more about weight loss stuff, and I figured I'll go ahead and talk about some of the weight loss stuff and some of the gastric bypass stuff tonight. Just a couple of minutes worth. Couldn't decide how I wanted to go ahead and do the weight loss thing, so I just kind of didn't do it for a little bit there, which isn't fair to you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about it now. And the topic I want to talk about today is eating after bariatric surgery or gastric bypass. The surgery I had is a Roux-en-Y. That's a full bypass. It's where they bypass your large intestine, as well as my stomach has been reduced to about the size of an egg. But I can eat a pretty healthy amount at one time. I mean, I'm not like that person that's portrayed on TV as having gastric bypass and eating like nibbles of stuff. I mean, shit, I can put some food away. I'm telling you right now. Even after surgery, I can put some food away because this is really bothering me right there. What is happening with there? So, where was I? I was babbling about something. Oh yeah, I was talking about eating. What happens is your pouch, they call it your pouch, by the way. Your stomach becomes called a pouch because it's like, the size of this. And so it starts to stretch out a little bit over time, which is normal. And what happens sometimes is the intestine part that attaches to it stretches also, so it gets a little bit bigger. Mine stretch a little bit so I can eat, more than the average person who's had bariatric surgery, which means I have to be very careful because that allows me to be able to overeat. And you can put weight back on easily. But what's very frustrating is sometimes if I don't eat for a while, my stomach will atrophy a little bit, which is normal for anybody. Anybody who goes a long period of time without eating, your stomach, just like any other muscle, will atrophy and shrink down some. And so you could have this feeling of starvation, but you don't eat a lot because you eat a few bites and you get very full. And the full feeling for a normal person is a gradual feeling where you feel like, oh, okay, I'm filling up. It's kind of like the needle on a gas gauge on a car. It's starting to get higher and higher. But when you have bariatric surgery, you really only have two. It sounds like I'm farting when it's my chair, if you can hear that. If you think about it this way, you've got two notches. You've got empty and full, and there's no in between. And the needle just goes like from one to the other, like instantly. There's no sweep to it. And because the part of your stomach that when it stretches sends that signal to the brain that says, hey, I'm full, there's actually nerves in your stomach that stretch, and as they stretch, the farther they stretch, the more full signal you get to your brain. It says, hey, I'm full, stop eating. Well, in my pouch, there's only a small portion of that mechanism that still works. So I'll go from eating, to eating normal amounts to where all of a sudden I'm feel fine, and then it's like bam. It's like that feeling of Thanksgiving dinner, just every time I eat. And you have to be very careful because if you eat too much too fast, the food can actually get stuck. And I've had food get stuck. It's a very, very painful, unpleasant experience. Think about it as like reverse constipation. Really, it's nasty as it is to think about. It's like reverse constipation. The crap literally doesn't want to come out the other end. Well, the crap doesn't want to go in this end. So you have two options. Either you got to deal with it, and over time, it kind of relaxes, and it slowly, saliva helps the food move through. This is a very disgusting topic. Sorry, but I've had a lot of people ask about this, so I'm going to talk about it. The food will, slowly move through, and it hurts like right about here is where it hurts, and you feel like your chest is just going to freaking explode because the pressure is so great, and the only thing you can do is just wait. And if it's really bad, sometimes you'll throw the food back up. But it's not like, for what I've been told anyway, because I've not thrown up in the nearly 4 years post-op that I am now. I've never thrown up after surgery. I've been very lucky. But I've been told that when you throw up, it's not like a normal person's throw up where you have bile and that nasty acid taste. It's just the chewed food that comes back, which really sounds horrible and disgusting. Fortunately, I wouldn't know. So eating after my web page just refreshed itself. So eating post-op is definitely an experience where you've got to be very careful. The things you eat also, sugary foods, milkshakes, candy, chocolate, sugar drinks, stuff like that make you feel very sick because your body's not able to break down those sugars anymore, which is one of the ways that you lose weight so fast, is your body is no longer absorbing and metabolizing sugar. And since that sugar is now hitting parts of your intestine that are not meant to hit that part of the intestine, because by the time the food is digested through a normal intestine system, the sugar's already been broken down and turned into fat or turned into energy, whichever your body decides it needs. And so when sugar or milk, dairy products hit that portion of my intestine now, it's very uncomfortable. It makes me feel shaky, sweaty, elevated heart rate. It's very, very scary because of the fact that if you've never experienced that before, you might think you were having a heart attack or something like that. So it's a very strong negative reinforcement of what you shouldn't do. And unfortunately, I wish I could say I'm perfect in that aspect of not, eating things I shouldn't eat. But, damned if I had that sort of willpower to begin with, I would have never made it up to 500 pounds. Fortunately, I'm down under 300 now, and I still am dealing with, some of those addictions that are deep down in there, wanting to peek their ugly head up. But I've been pretty good lately this year so far. Another frustrating part about bariatric surgery that I'll probably talk about in my next segment I say segment like this is a freaking show, of bariatric surgery is that of the plateau, where your body will decide that it's at a weight it wants to stay no matter what you do. So we'll talk about that next time. But my daughter is now banging on the door. It's time to give her a bath, time to get her to bed. So I'm going to get the hell on out of here. If you guys have any questions that you want me to answer in my next vlog about bariatric surgery and weight loss, hold on a second. I will read the comments, and I will make sure I get those comments into tomorrow's vlog. All right? See you guys later. Thanks for watching.